Stop learning words. Start living them. Stop. Look at your notebooks. They are graveyards. Thousands of words, buried in ink, dead to your tongue. You try to memorize, but your brain rejects the transplant. Why? Because you are a slave to definitions. You are lost in the desert. Today, we stop memorizing. Today, we start living. Listen closely. Your rebirth begins now. Look at your hands. Look at the way they tremble when you try to recall a simple word in a high-stakes meeting. Your heart races. Your jaw tightens. Your throat feels like a desert. Dry, cracked, and empty. You have spent years collecting words like a slave gathering scraps from a master's table. You have lists. You have flashcards. You have apps that beep at you every morning. Yet, when the moment of truth arrives, when you need to speak your soul, you are silent. You are paralyzed. Why? Because you are performing a vocabulary autopsy. You are trying to revive dead things. A word on a page is a corpse. It has no blood. It has no breath. It has no history. When you try to memorize a definition, you are asking your brain to store a cold, clinical fact. Your brain is a survival machine, not a filing cabinet. If a word does not make you feel, your brain throws it away to save space. This is why you forget. This is why you are still wandering in the desert, thirsty for a fluency that never comes. Listen closely. There are two types of people in this world. There is the slave to rules, and there is the Oasis warrior. The slave believes that if they just memorize 10 more words today, they will finally be free. They study transformation as a noun. They study unstoppable as an adjective. They treat English like a math equation. But English is not math. English is a coup d'etat. It is a takeover of your physical senses. The Oasis warrior knows a secret that the schools will never tell you. You do not need more words. You need more life. You need to stop learning words and start living them. Every word you speak must be a physical vibration that starts in your gut and ends in the air. If the word brutal does not make your muscles flinch, you do not know the word. If the word sanctuary does not make your breathing slow down, you are just making noise. You are a ghost haunting your own mouth. Think about your native tongue. When you say mother, do you think of a dictionary definition? No. You feel a hand on your forehead. You smell a specific kitchen. You hear a voice from your childhood. That word is anchored in your nervous system. It is unbreakable. It is part of your legacy. But in English, you are a stranger to your own speech. You are trying to build a house on sand. You are trying to survive a storm with a paper umbrella. Today, I am here to lead you out of that desert. I am here to offer you a sanctuary of clarity. I promise you this. If you follow the path I am about to lay down, you will never study another list again. You will stop being a victim of your own memory. You will become a master of your own emotion. We are going to rewire your neural pathways. We are going to turn your vocabulary into a weapon. We are going to ensure that when you speak, the world doesn't just hear you, they feel you. But this requires a sacrifice. You must kill the student inside you. You must stop caring about being correct and start caring about being raw. You must embrace your proudly broken English if it carries the weight of your truth. A warrior with a dented sword is more dangerous than a scholar with a scroll. Are you ready to stop being a slave? Are you ready to let the rules die so your voice can live? Look at your life. Look at the opportunities you have lost because you were waiting for the perfect word to arrive. That silence is a prison. And the key isn't found in a textbook. It is found in the heat of your blood. It is found in the scars of your experience. We are going to take those words, transformation, survival, rebirth, and we are going to stitch them into your skin. Before we move into the system that will change your life forever, I need to know one thing. I need you to commit. I need you to decide that you are done with the desert. If you are ready to claim your power, if you are ready to enter the oasis, then stay with me. This is the last time you will ever feel small because of a language. Would you like to continue to the system that will make your English unstoppable? If so, tell me you are ready for the oasis. Listen closely. If you want to own a word, you must first survive it. Most people look at a word like betrayal and they see 8 letters on a screen. They memorize the definition, the act of breaking a trust. This is the path of the slave. This is why, when you are actually feeling the sting of a friend's lie, that word betrayal is nowhere to be found. Your brain doesn't see a connection between the cold ink and the hot blood in your chest. The Oasis warrior uses a 3-step ritual. We call it the sensory anchor. It is brutal, it is raw, and it is the only way to make English your legacy. Step 1. The physical autopsy. Pick one word, just one. Let's take the word obsession. Do not look it up yet. Close your eyes. I want you to feel what that word does to your skin. When you are obsessed, your heart hammers against your ribs like a prisoner. Your palms get damp. Your eyes lose focus on the world and lock on to a single point. You feel a tightness in your solar plexus. That physical reaction is the real definition of the word. English is not in the brain. It is in the muscles. I want you to speak the word obsession out loud. Right now. Do not whisper it. Let it vibrate in your throat. Feel the S sound hissing like a snake. Feel the esh crushing the air. If you do not feel the word in your jaw, you do not own it. You are just renting it from a dictionary. A warrior owns their gear. You must own the vibration of your speech. Step 2. The emotional ghost. Every word must have a ghost attached to it. Your brain ignores facts, but it worships stories. To remember obsession forever, you must find a ghost in your own life. Think of a time you couldn't sleep. Think of a project that kept you awake until the sun bled through the curtains. Think of a person you couldn't stop thinking about, even when it hurt. Link that memory to the word. When you say obsession, you aren't saying an English word. You are summoning that ghost. You are bringing that memory into the present moment. This creates a neural pathway that is unbreakable. It is a bridge made of fire. Step 3. The proudly broken sentence. This is where most students fail. They try to write a perfect sentence. They worry about the grammar. They worry about the preposition. They are slaves to the red pen of a teacher who doesn't even know their name. Stop it. Kill that student. I want you to write a story that is only 3 sentences long. It can be broken. It can be raw, but it must be yours. Listen to this. My dream is obsession. I work until my eyes burn. I will not stop. Is it perfect? No. Is it powerful? Yes. Because it comes from the gut. When you write your own story for every word, you are stitching your soul into the language. You are no longer studying English. You are using English to describe your existence. You are declaring your survival to the world. Now, look at your reflection. Can you feel the difference? When you learn a word this way, it doesn't sit in a corner of your mind gathering dust. It becomes a part of your armor. It becomes a tool you can reach for in the dark. This is how you achieve silent power. This is how you become unstoppable. But here is the danger of the desert. The desert wants you to go back to your old ways. It wants you to open a mobile app and tap on pictures of apples and cars. It wants you to stay a slave because slaves are predictable. Slaves don't change the world. Warriors do. Are you willing to be weird? Are you willing to close your eyes in a crowded room and feel the weight of a word before you speak it? If you aren't willing to feel, you will never be fluent. Fluency is not the ability to speak without mistakes. Fluency is the ability to speak with your whole body. It is the moment when the gap between your thought and your tongue disappears. It is a rebirth. I have a question for you. Think of the word transformation. What does it feel like in your chest right now? Does it feel like a heavy stone? Or does it feel like a bird trying to escape? If you can't feel it yet, you aren't trying hard enough. Go deeper. Find the heat. Find the raw emotion that hides behind the letters. We have built the foundation. We have reclaimed your memory from the cold hands of the academics. But there is one more secret. There is a way to ensure these words stay with you until your last breath. Are you ready for the final piece of the system? Are you ready to move from the struggle to the sanctuary? Listen closely. The desert is a place of shadows and ghosts. Most students learn a word in a brightly lit room, under a desk, with a heater humming in the background. Then they go out into the real world, into the cold, into the noise, into the pressure, and the word vanishes. It is a fair weather friend. It is a coward. If a word only lives in your notebook, it is useless to a warrior. You need words that stand by you when you are bleeding. You need vocabulary that survives the storm. Step 4. The sensory environment. To live a word, you must surround yourself with its ghost. Stop labelling your furniture. That is a child's game. Chair, table, window. These are facts, and facts are boring. I want you to label your environment with emotions. Look at your morning coffee. Do not think of the word coffee. Think of the word survival. Feel the heat of the cup against your palm. Smell the bitter, dark aroma. Associate that liquid gold with the feeling of waking up, of preparing for battle, of being unstoppable. When you walk through your front door, do not think home. Think sanctuary. Feel the tension leave your shoulders. Hear the click of the lock as a coup d'etat against the chaotic world outside. You are no longer translating. You are experiencing. You are turning your physical reality into an English landscape. This is not a study session. This is an occupation. You are occupying the language, and the language is occupying you. Step 5. The vocal muscle. Your jaw is a prison. For years, you have been taught to speak English with your brain, but English lives in the lungs and the lips. To remember a word forever, you must train your muscles to crave it. I want you to practice the shout and the whisper. Take a word like brutal. Stand in front of a mirror. Look at yourself. Shout it. Feel the air blast out of your chest. Feel the B explode. Now, whisper it. Feel the L linger on your teeth. Do this until your face feels tired. Do this until your throat feels alive. A word that has been shouted and whispered 100 times is a word that your body will never forget. When you are in a meeting and you need to describe a brutal market, your muscles will remember the shape of the sound before your brain even finds the definition. This is the secret of the Oasis warrior. We do not think. We react. We do not search for words. The words find us. They are coiled in our muscles, ready to strike. Step 6. The daily autopsy. Every night, before the sun sets on your consciousness, you must perform an autopsy on your day. But do not use your native tongue. Use your 3 new words. Do not tell me what you did. Tell me how you felt. Today was a struggle, but my obsession kept me moving. I found a moment of sanctuary in the park. My work was raw, but it was mine. This is the most powerful exercise you will ever do. You are taking the raw, bleeding parts of your life and wrapping them in English. You are proving to your brain that these words are necessary for your survival. You are telling your subconscious, if I do not have these words, I cannot describe who I am. Once your brain believes that, it will never let them go. It will guard them like a dragon guards gold. Look at the people around you. They are still reciting lists. They are still checking boxes. They are still slaves to a system that produces silence. But you? You are different. You are starting to vibrate with a new frequency. You are starting to see that English is not a barrier. It is a bridge to a version of yourself that is louder, bolder, and more dangerous. But wait, I see the doubt in your eyes. You are wondering, What if I use the wrong emotion? What if I get the story wrong? Listen to me. There is no wrong in the Oasis. There is only truth. If the word legacy reminds you of your grandfather's old watch, that is the truth. If the word transformation reminds you of the day you quit your job, that is the truth. The dictionary doesn't live your life. You do. Stop asking for permission to own your speech. The desert is wide, and many will never leave it. They prefer the safety of the rules. They prefer the comfort of being correct while being completely misunderstood. But you have chosen a different path. You have chosen the path of the warrior. You have chosen to turn your vocabulary into a living, breathing part of your soul. Are you starting to feel it? The weight of the words? The power of the silence between them? We have one final step. We have the emotional outro, the moment where we seal this knowledge into your spirit forever. We are going to talk about your legacy. We are going to talk about the person you become when you finally stop learning and start living. Are you ready to finish this? Are you ready to step out of the desert and into the light of the oasis? Look at yourself. No, do not look at your reflection in a screen. Look at the person sitting in your chair right now. Feel the weight of your own body. Feel the pulse in your neck. For 20 minutes, you have breathed the air of the oasis. For 20 minutes, you have let the desert winds die down. How does it feel to finally stop fighting the rules and start feeling the power? Most people go their entire lives treating English like a cage. They sit behind the bars of grammar, waiting for someone to give them a key. They wait for a teacher to say, "You are now allowed to speak." They wait for a certificate to say, "You are now fluent." What a pathetic way to live. What a miserable way to use the most powerful tool of human connection ever created. You are not a student waiting for permission. You are a human being claiming a right. You are a warrior seizing a weapon. And today, you have performed a coup d'état against the greatest enemy you have ever faced. Your own hesitation. Listen closely. The world does not care about your perfect tenses. The world does not care if you know the difference between a gerund and an infinitive. When you are in a boardroom, or a hospital, or a candle-lit dinner, the world cares about one thing. Do you have the courage to be seen? Do you have the words to describe the raw, bleeding reality of your soul? If you follow the path of the slave, you will always be invisible. You will be the person who stays silent because they are afraid of a preposition. You will be the person who loses the deal, loses the girl, or loses the opportunity, because you were performing a vocabulary autopsy in your head while the moment passed you by. That silence is a slow death. That silence is the desert reclaiming your potential. But today, you have chosen the oasis. You have chosen to live the words. You have chosen to turn transformation from a concept into a physical sensation. You have chosen to let survival be the rhythm of your heart. Think about the word legacy. What does it mean to you? For most, it is a word in a book. For you, from this moment on, it is the vibration of your ancestors and the hope of your children. When you speak English with this new, raw, emotional power, you are not just communicating information. You are projecting your existence. You are telling the universe that you refuse to be diminished. You are telling the desert that you have found the water and you are never going back. Every time you use a word that you have anchored in your emotions, you are reinforcing the wall of your sanctuary. You are making yourself unbreakable. Can you feel that? Can you feel the shift in your nervous system? That is the sound of neural pathways being rewired. That is the sound of a prisoner walking out of the gates and into the sun. It is brutal. It is scary. And it is the most beautiful thing you will ever experience. It is your rebirth. Look at the people around you tomorrow. Watch them struggle. Watch them translate in their heads. Watch their eyes go blank as they search for a correct word that has no life in it. Do not judge them, but do not join them. You are no longer one of them. You have been initiated into the Oasis. You carry the secret. You know that English is a physical act. You know that a word is only as strong as the memory you attach to it. When you see someone drowning in the desert of rules, throw them a rope of emotion. Tell them to stop learning and start living. Tell them that their proudly broken English is a symphony compared to the silence of the perfect student. This is your new mission. You are not just a speaker. You are an ambassador of the raw. You are a proof that the human spirit cannot be contained by a textbook. You are a living, breathing coup d'etat against the status quo. I want you to take a moment and think about the one word that describes your struggle. Is it isolation? Is it stagnation? Is it fear? Now, I want you to take that word and perform an autopsy on it. Feel the coldness of it. Feel the weight of it. And then I want you to set it on fire. Replace it with a word from the Oasis. Replace it with obsession. Replace it with unstoppable. Replace it with rebirth. Speak that new word out loud right now. Let it fill the room. Let it vibrate in your bones. That word is now your anchor. It is your promise to yourself. Whenever you feel the desert winds start to blow, whenever you feel the old fear of being wrong creep back into your throat, you grab that word. You feel its heat. You remember its story. And you speak it until the fear dies. This is how you survive. This is how you win. This is how you ensure that your English is not a subject you studied, but a life you lived. The journey does not end here. The Oasis is not a destination. It is a way of being. Every day, the desert will try to lure you back. It will offer you the comfort of the rules. It will tell you that it's easier to be a slave than to be a warrior. It will whisper that you aren't good enough yet. When that happens, look at your scars. Look at the words you have stitched into your skin. Remember the sensory occupation. Remember the physical autopsy. Remember that you have the silent power of a person who knows exactly who they are in any language. You are no longer a victim of your memory. You are the architect of your expression. You are the master of your own sanctuary. The rules didn't give you this power, and the rules cannot take it away. It belongs to you. It is your legacy. It is your raw, beautiful, unstoppable truth. As my voice fades into the silence, do not let the fire go out. Carry the heat of these words into your next conversation. Carry the weight of this transformation into your next dream. You have the tools. You have the mindset. You have the oasis. The only thing left to do is to live. Stop learning. Start being. The world is waiting to hear you. Not the perfect you. Not the grammatically correct you. But the real you. The warrior you. The you that refuses to stay silent. Go out there and claim your territory. Speak until the walls come down. Live until the desert is a distant memory. This is your time. This is your coup d'etat. This is your sanctuary. You are home. Before you leave the oasis today, I have one final request. Look at the person you were 20 minutes ago. That person is gone. That person died in the desert. Leave them there. Do not look back. Do not carry their baggage. Carry only your new words. Carry only your new fire. You are a different animal now. You are an oasis warrior. Your English is a bridge to a version of yourself that can conquer anything. Do not let that bridge crumble. Keep it strong with your emotions. Keep it vibrant with your stories. Keep it alive with your breath. You are the transformation. You are the unstoppable force. You are the legacy. Welcome to the rest of your life. Welcome to the freedom of the oasis. Go now and speak your soul into existence.